Hey guys, yes, it's almost fucking 6 AM and I have no life. So today I'm gonna run you through some basic ARP methods that I know of how to make like cool ARPs and stuff. So say you have like a D major and you want to make an ARP of this. You basically just make them as short as you can and put them in this order, so you get kind of this ARP thingy. Then you could just copy them and put them one octave up and then do the same and the same, and you have like the most basic ARP you could ever imagine. But that kind of hurts your ears, so I'm gonna teach you some tricks to do your ARPs. By the way, if this method doesn't really work, you could just try to actually lower the actual octave. But then again, it sounds pretty high pitched. So you could try to just take these and then put them one octave down again. Yeah, so that's one way of doing it. But what I'm gonna show you now is quite cool. Copy these and put them here. So we started with a major chord. And if you don't really know like basic music theory, this is basically the chord that sounds pretty happy. And then we're gonna make a minor chord, which is the one that sounds pretty sad. So now we have a major and a minor. And we're gonna carry on like this, so we're gonna once again copy these two and then make a major chord out of it. And then do the same thing with these two and then make a minor chord. So now we got this super cool ARP. So if I would just continue doing this till I reach the end. Sounds pretty cool. And another method of doing this is doing it like an up and down type. You're basically just gonna copy paste it up and down until you reach like half of the bar, and then you're gonna put in the same notes downwards. Don't forget to add the double one up here, or you could go further and do this one note up, so it goes like that. Yeah, so that's like basic method of making like the most standard ARP ever. Now I can show you guys some basic methods in FL Studio. Alright, so here we got FL with some harmony, and then no matter what plugin you're using, you could go into the functions up here and then go down to the arpeggiator thing, and you could choose either this, or this. I would prefer either this one or this one. This one, for instance, sounds like this when you put up the range to like 3 or something, and then you play a chord. And you can adjust the gate to get it like really Game Boyish if you put it to a square wave. And so you can adjust the time too. Yeah, so these are pretty obvious what these do. And like you can create like really complex ARPs with this. You can make it slide too. Oh, maybe a bit shorter. And you can make it sound like a siren. So yeah, the second method I know of in FL Studio is by creating a new pattern and then going into your piano roll, and you go to this little menu and then you press helpers and scale highlighting, and so now it has selected the black notes. As you can see in the background, like all the black notes have this dark area. So if we were to put this in major and then you go back and you can choose key, so nothing would change because it's already at C as default. But if you put it at, for example, D, you see that all the note highlighting has changed. So all the notes that are like lighter than these are within the scale of a D. So if we were to start at like D, then we're just gonna continue up in the lighter areas. And so now this sounds very complex. And if we were to duplicate this, we could also reverse these by going into the flip thing and just flip horizontally, and then it sounds pretty cool. Now I just realized I had this on 3 steps, so if we were to put it back at like 4 step, we could create even more detailed arps. So let's do that. I'm gonna move this 1 octave down because it sounds pretty high up here. And so here we have our super complex arp. And then just copy this. And then just flip this and make it go up and down. And so if we were to do this in like a future-based style, and I'm gonna try to make these sound like they're in sync with the hovering chords. Doesn't this remind you of something? Well, let's put an LFO tool on this. So yeah, that's pretty much all I know about making arps and stuff and making them sound as good as possible. So if you guys enjoyed this video and at least learned something, I would appreciate if you guys left a like and maybe a comment, and remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.